What's in store for golf in the year 2024 as Scottie Scheffler takes home Player of the Year? Hey everyone, welcome into another edition of On Tour with Jon McCarthy, presented by Callaway. Rob Wong, joined alongside by Toronto Sun national golf writer Jon McCarthy. And Happy New Year to you, Jon. And it was a wild and wacky 2023 in golf with all the LIV PGA drama going to new heights, seemingly. But as you look into your crystal ball for 2024, what do you see happening between these two rivals?
Well, Happy New Year, Rob. I got my Victor Hovland Hawaiian golf shirt on here for you. And yeah, it's going to be a very interesting 2024. I do think this will be the year that we do see, peace in the world of golf. But it's going to be a pretty messy road there, I think. But we're getting some signs that it's on its way. And it looks like the Jon Rahm defection to LIV was probably the straw that broke the camel's back. And one question that I think history is going to wonder is, did Jon Rahm think about that before he made his move? And I think that's something we're never going to really know. But I do think that as the PGA Tour was in sort of dual negotiations with the Saudi PIF and with the strategic sports group made up of NFL owners. If you ever wondered what NFL owners want to do with all the billions of dollars they have, it turns out they want to invest it in golf. So the PGA Tour was cozying up to them. And when LIV signed Jon Rahm, that was sort of the message that, hey, don't forget what we can do. And it's a message that they can keep picking off players, huge players. And so now they're right back in the table, and the negotiations are ongoing with the PGA Tour. And I do think we're going to get something, whether it's this winter or this spring. What it's going to look like is the big question, though, because it's a lot easier to break something than it is to put it back together. And so that's going to be very interesting as this goes forward. I mean, what happens to LIV Golf? You can't imagine that the Saudis wanted to invest $1 billion or more in something and then just have it wrap up. And we don't even know if the players on LIV really want to go back to the PGA Tour lifestyle. So if some sort of merger agreement happens, what's going to happen with LIV and the PGA Tour is going to be very interesting. I mean, there's the compensation aspect for the players that stayed. It probably won't be the rank and file PGA Tour players, but guys like Rory, Justin Thomas, Jordan Spieth, the big guys that could have got, 6, 7, whatever, 8, 9-figure deals with LIV, they're going to probably want to be compensated. And if it is a new for-profit PGA Tour, which is what has been speculated, PGA Tour Enterprises, it's in everyone's best interest to get the LIV players back in the fold, because if the whole point is going to be to make money and the players are going to get some of that profits, you're going to want all the best players there. So you've heard the softening of comments from Rory McIlroy. We have even heard softening from Greg Norman. So it does look, and Phil Mickelson. So it does look like things are moving towards a resolution. But how that's going to look is still certainly up in the air.
So as we take a look towards the future, let's take a quick look back at 2023. And we saw some awards handed out earlier this week. Scottie Scheffler named PGA Tour Player of the Year, while Eric Cole was named Rookie of the Year. Did they get it right, Jon, in your opinion?
Well, it's tough because, in my opinion, I would have voted for Jon Rahm for Player of the Year. He had 4 wins, including a green jacket, compared to Scheffler's 2 wins, including a Players' Championship. But the players are in a very unique position, very different from fans or analysts, in that they're in it week to week. They know how hard it is to do what Scottie Scheffler did, which was basically lead strokes gained in every category other than putting all year. He had the lowest scoring average of anyone since Tiger Woods in 2009. He had 13 top 5s, 17 top 10s, again, the most since Tiger Woods, in his prime. So I think the players look at what he did week to week, and they realize how incredibly difficult that is, and they see that sort of as a greater feat than the great player that catches fire for a month or two, which is sort of what Rahm did. Rahm won the first 3 of his first 5 events, then he won the Masters. But what Scheffler did seemed to be more what the players like, which is the incredible consistency from beginning to end. And that's sort of also what you have in the Rookie of the Year ballot, which was Eric Cole won it over Ludwig Aubert. Aubert's definitely the better player, and he's going to be a superstar in the game. I mean, he went from 900 and something to 29th in the world in only 11 events that he played. His first pro event was the Canadian Open. And I remember being at that event, and he's standing there after his 4th round, and they're basically begging someone to come interview this guy. They're like, we need someone to interview him. It's his first tournament. So that's sort of how fast he's gotten from there to here is incredible. But Eric Cole is a 35-year-old journeyman who somehow made it to the PGA Tour and made it to the FedEx Tour Championship. So I think, again, the players looked at the marathon instead of the sprint, and they respect someone that can do it over the long haul.
Yeah, definitely some great stories in the world of golf in 2023. Can't wait to see what 2024 has in store for all of Jon's golf coverage. You can find it at the Toronto Sun.